Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Mark.
And this is SmokeySteveAndMarc.
Yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yes, hello, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Indeed.
TGIF, indeed.
Yes.
It's been a long one.
It has been a long week.
It feels like it's
really
been
has.
2 weeks since the last weekend, actually.
I take back all the other Fridays that I said it has been a long week.
You've had a very long week. Every
It's
day you've come home and you said
very-
it's been difficult at work.
Yeah, I've been getting home late, and it was extremely busy this week.
It's so ironic, too, because I imagine you're good on the phone, because you're good in person and you're good on camera and everything. But in your private life, you hate talking on the phone.
I do. I don't like talking on the phone. I don't. I'm
No.
not sure why either.
No.
Like, when I was in, high school, I lived for it.
Yeah.
I'd run to the phone. Like, the phone would ring, because we didn't have cell phones then.
Yeah.
I ran to the phone to answer it. Like, I was always on the phone. But
Now it's like...
I don't like talking on the phone. I know, yeah.
If it can be texted, it will be texted.
Yeah, I'm much more of a texter. And even that, sometimes takes a lot of time up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So it goes.
I do prefer texting over talking on the phone. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it goes. I was late to texting because I always had the phone. I had the older phones with all the numbers, and you had to click it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah.
To get to C.
those.
It was like tap 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 C, tap A.
Yeah.
Another
yeah.
letter tap tap. It would take forever to do. That old Nokia phone. I got my first cell phone. It was 2001. And they were giving them away to everybody. I was in college. And they'd throw up a card table, run your credit, and hand you a phone.
Yeah,
they were
everyone got one because they were giving it to everybody.
Everyone did. It was an AT&T Nokia phone with that built-in rock-hard antenna.
Yes.
That stabs you in the thigh. It stabs you in the back. It goes between your ribs.
Yes.
Don't fall asleep on it. And the standard ringers that came with it. Mine had 99 red balloons. Luft balloons was my ringer at the time. It was. Well, the factory one I used was the Mexican hat dance. And then I used 99 red balloons.
And then the Nokia. How did it go?
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Isn't that them?
Is that the one?
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know.
I think that was it.
I think
that
that
sounds
was the
familiar.
Nokia tune.
There was one. Oh, I can't remember it. I think that was it, though. I think so.
I think so. It's so bizarre because I grew up with the technology. So it was, nobody had a cell... In 2000, when I was in my first year of college, nobody had a cell phone except 2 or 3 kids. Guys, girls, whatever they were. And it was a bother. It was just so their parents could keep track of them. They didn't like having them. It was like, oh, my mom's calling. She needs to know where I am every hour.
Yeah.
Because they weren't meant to be a piece of entertainment. They were just a means of contact. Next year, everybody had one.
I remember the thrill of having a cordless phone.
I remember that too.
Being able to walk around the house without a cord. I didn't have my first touch screen phone. I mean, until I moved here.
Yeah, I did. You bought me my first one.
10 years ago or whatever.
Well, they transitioned from phones into Blackberries, and then Blackberries kind of moved on.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this thing touching the screen. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't
picture it another way.
Else. I can't do anything without my phone. Everything is saved in here.
What was weird?
So funny.
Phones were getting smaller and smaller, and that was the goal.
Were.
And then now they're getting bigger
and bigger.
And bigger. And then computers were getting smaller and smaller until we had, iPads and things like that.
Yeah.
And now the phones, it's almost like a one side. It's like, the phone shouldn't be that big. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I have one for work. I have one for personal use, and it takes videos and holds my music.
And I'm like you. I have my phone is an Android.
Yeah, so do I.
And my work phone is an iPhone.
That's what I have.
Ah.
And Safari. Keep your Safari. I don't know what the hell's going on in Safari.
I don't either.
I get lost.
I don't either.
And
the iPhones to me are so confusing.
It is.
I don't know why. I guess I just know, Androids and Galaxy and Samsung. I know all that, very much. So when we got it at work, I'm like, I can't even figure out how to open the phone up.
I know. I couldn't. I know. Well, there's Apple people who love it. When I was in school, the only people that really liked Apple were like engineering students and architecture students because it would run programs that you couldn't run on other computers. And also, nobody really wrote viruses for it because it was so specific and who could you hurt and who nobody cared. Yeah. Something along those lines. Yeah. And they were a bitch to work on. Remember I used to do computer work 2,000 years ago? And I would have to set up internet connectivity for people. And none of them spoke English as a first language, sometimes as a second language. So I'd be trying to do it in characters because it was East Asian and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And it was very challenging. And then if they had a Mac, forget it. Forget it. I'm not doing it. Yes. I'm not doing it. I'm tapping out on this one. Know your limits. Know your limits. Yeah. Speaking of knowing your limits, thank you for all watching yesterday. If you did catch yesterday's video, it was meant to be. We got some great feedback. We did. You got some great feedback. I got somewhere between you have a heart of gold and you're a moron. Which I earned. The point of the video was to be a little more kind, try to string together some more human qualities. Yeah. You know, because we all know the shit. You know, we all pointed out it's written, it's well documented. But let me see if there's something human in there somewhere. So the goal was to see that, find it, and magnify it a little bit, just to put a spin on the ball. Yeah. That won't be the tone probably in every video, but I thought it needed to be at least acknowledged. Oh yeah. A little bit. No, I agree with that. Yeah. To put it on there. And like I said, it was really just yesterday's video that did it. Yeah. Now, Cynthia being Cynthia will in 2 days post something that will make me want to take that back.
Definitely, if she hasn't already.
And I did want to clear one thing up when it comes to Cynthia and treatment of minorities or anything. In case you haven't noticed, Mark and I are gay. Don't tell my mother, it'll kill her. Not once did I feel treated any differently when we were tight with Cynthia for that reason at all.
No, I have to admit that too. I mean, not give credit where credit's due.
I wouldn't throw a label like bigot around necessarily at Cynthia because I never felt treated differently. She never made fun of us, and even when we fell out, she never threw out a slur. She
like
never,
that?
Nothing.
No, never. I have to say that.
Never, not nothing. So even though I may have said she was maybe I thought a little ignorant, that's not something she was ever ignorant about with us. So
I called her an outright racist, but you know.
But she's not a homophobe.
But I don't think in my experience, I don't think
if she is, she keeps it to herself, which is how I prefer my bigots.
That's how I prefer that too.
You can, I prefer my bigots to keep it to themselves and just mumble in rooms with other bigots. I don't need to hear it. I imagine you think it. That's fine. Yeah. I grew up in like Potonk. You grew up in a big city.
I did.
Or in and around a big city. Yeah. Around here, language like Cynthia still flies. Yeah. It's not a big, no one would bat an eye. If someone used in the local, you know what I mean?
I don't know about that. We're in 2020. We are backwards here. Yeah. But I personally have not heard that type of terminology yet here, but that's just my experience.
Well, the kind of culture
you grew up with it here.
I know. Well, certainly it's not everybody by and large. No. But where it does exist, it exists in secrecy.
It exists, yeah.
It's behind closed doors. Don't be fooled by suburbanites who Yeah. They don't use the word color till the black guy leaves the room. That's the kind of environment in which those kind of things exist in this area. And in probably a lot of other areas too.
Oh yeah, it's not just here. No.
But I wanted to clear her name on that point. If we were mistreated and abused by Cynthia Beaumont, it wasn't because of that. Ever. It was never because of that. So, yeah, I didn't watch her driving video yet, though, either.
She, whose name ought not be mentioned,
ought not be mentioned. Well,
I didn't even want to mention it tonight. But.
Well, that was one day of the week. Other highlights of the week.
Yeah, Fridays we usually recap the week.
What were other things?
I hope you guys had a good week. Did you? I hope you had a nice week. I mean,
if you did, great.
Overall, it was a nice week. I mean, the weather was absolutely beautiful here in our neck of the woods. Mm-hmm. Right now, it's pouring down rain, but we needed it. I'm really glad that the garden's getting rain because all the little seedlings are coming up, and I didn't have my rain barrel set up yet, so I was like scrambling to find water because it's hard to water an entire garden living on the second floor with
yeah
watering cans. But with the rain barrels, it's perfectly fine, you know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's raining right now. But no, yeah, the week was a good, positive week, but it was a challenging week. We'll put it that way. I'm run down, exhausted, and over it.
Yeah, which is just in time for Friday.
It is, because we have a 3-day weekend.
We do. Memorial Day is this Monday.
Yes.
So
I'm happy about that. And then it's funny how the dates fall. I have a 3-day weekend, then I go back to work one day, and then I have next Wednesday off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you just staggered up. You only have one day breaking up your.
So I'm gonna lay low, definitely. You know, so
recoup. You should see he comes in out of the garden. He can barely walk, and then he goes back out and does more. And pace yourself. But
well, I only have a certain amount of time. Like last year, we weren't quite so involved in the Like I get home from work and we have to film, of course, and then that only leaves me a little bit of time. So I want to work out in the garden. That's the only time I can, outside of my days off, of course.
Yeah, well, I free up a couple days a week when I take on our muses, if you want to call them that. Our muses. That sounds a little grand.
Yeah.
But at any rate, on those days and then at others, because it's staying light a little bit longer, so you can stay out now till almost 8:39.
9, yeah.
O'clock.
By the time June 22nd hits, we'll be, or 23rd. Is it 23rd or 22nd? I can't remember the date.
Somewhere in there.
Gosh, I can stay out till after 9, actually.
Yeah.
You know, at 9, it stays light pretty late, so.
I mean, it seems like, we could film whenever during the day. I mean, you're home whenever, but like I'm working from home.
You're working.
I can't do it during the day, and then you're out because you're at work.
5, yeah.
And then on Saturdays, I end up filming alone, but it's later in the day because I have to re-review.
Oh yeah, you have to do your research.
All of Foodie Beauty's videos, and then backtrack to make sure there weren't posts that were taken down and live streams I didn't miss.
Yeah, yeah.
I keep up with her during the week, but she's a slippery one, and I have to make sure I'm not missing too much.
And Memorial Day is Monday, which is Mondays with Mark.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to come up with something kind of Memorial Day themed. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
What is
I just don't know.
I don't know.
Well, of course, here, you know, everybody decorates with red, white, and blue, and the flags and everything, you know. So maybe something color oriented. I don't know.
Something patriotic.
We'll see. I just don't know, but it is a holiday here.
It is.
So, and it is on Mondays with Mark. So I have to acknowledge it somehow.
Yes.
And we'll see.
I think it'll be probably a lot different for people who celebrate it. There won't be gatherings. There won't be parades.
No,
there won't
very
be
different
meetings at, you know, cemeteries and veterans things and stuff like that to remember those who've passed in service and all that kind of stuff. I don't think some of that stuff will be happening.
No, we got notice today at work, too, that we're, our county, Lackawanna County, is staying in the red. In the red zone. The entire state is opening up except for us.
No, Philadelphia's closed.
Yeah. But, you know, so the latest news that we got for my business is that we will be allowed to open to the public on the 8th of June. So I don't know.
With PPE and stuff?
With PPE and everything, yeah.
Do you have the PPE?
Yeah, it all came in, yeah.
Oh, good.
But we have people, construction workers coming in and putting in actual walls of plexiglass. The way our, kind of like in an actual doctor's office.
Yeah.
Where they have like the wall and the little door that slides open. We don't have those.
Yeah.
It's pretty all open, so they're going to be building a wall, and then this new thing that the guy came in today, it's totally amazing. It's like this robot stands about, I would say about 4 feet off the ground, has a big screen on it like a monitor that's turned into, like, you know, what is it, portrait mode, like up and down, and it says, and the lights come on and it says, position your face, and it takes your temperature, it recognizes who you are and checks you in, and won't allow you in unless you pass these things, and even goes on to like ask you questions. Have you traveled out? You know, all the questions to make sure you're safe. But it's like thin and it stands this tall. And it's very weird.
And
I'm like, we're getting these in, and she's like, I don't know. Each one is like $3,500.
Yeah, I would think it was an expensive piece of
equipment.
Very
expensive, and it doesn't integrate to any of our systems, like our computer. Like, it's not like, oh, that person checks in and boom, it shows up on my computer. Now, the app, it does, but it's just, I'm like, we're not that large. Like, we're a private doctor's office. It's not like we're like
recognition
Geisinger
software.
or a big hospital. We're not like that.
Isn't that how they check in during like Resident Evil? Like you stick your face in and it scans your face. It scans,
everything comes up, everything. And I just don't think it's necessary. But I don't
grand.
She's like, oh, we're gonna my boss, who is directly under the owner.
Yeah.
Which we have one single owner of the company. She's not involved, but she's the owner. So she's gonna try to sell her on this. And I'm like, we could use that money for something else.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. I like the idea of taking someone's temperature like that, I suppose, but I just don't think that that's the answer. Take your temperature and that's it.
Well, we have that.
I don't know.
At my job, it's when you come in, they have the temperature thing that's, you just point, and you take your temperature and then how to take the gloves off and then put your mask and then go throughout the building. Yeah. But I haven't been back to the office in a couple weeks, actually, to drop off any paperwork or pick anything up. And they're still trying to plan staggering, but I think until our county goes yellow, which is like stage 2 here, I'm not going to be back
Either way, it's going to be a very different normal, I think, that all of us are going to have to deal with for quite some time.
Yeah, because it's going to...
In one way or another, it's going to be a new normal, so...
It is, and we're all going to have to adjust.
We are.
So...
But that was the only new thing at work this week. I mean, we're very busy, and that thing, I'm like, well, I walked into it this morning. I'm like, what the heck is this thing?
It's Johnny Five from Short
Circuit. Yeah, I know. It was very, and the way it talks, it's just so weird. But that was about it. I mean, nothing else really happened this week.
No, I didn't have too much going on.
I mean, that we haven't already shared with you.
No, except I think maybe tonight I'm going to put a red lightning bolt on the side of my hair. Because why not? It's the weekend. I didn't want to do it yesterday because I had a Zoom meeting during the day. Mm-hmm. But now is the longest possible time before I have another one. So I either have time to shave it off or grow it out, or... It's not I've worn hats at work, but I usually don't wear them. Like when I'm in front of a real audience and I have to talk, something with a collar, certainly no piercings. This is just since quarantine because I'm having a moment. And maybe a few.
Yes.
Maybe a few.
Yes.
Did you ever think, like, 2 months ago I'd have lavender hair and a nose ring?
No, and lightning bolts, no. 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 Do
you ever think you'd have aquamarine hair?
Yeah.
Well,
that's...
Well, you're more of a free spirit than I am. I'm just bored.
I kind of wish I would have just left it blonde now. I just have to wait. Now I'm in the washing out portion,
we could strip it back out. We have a ton of stuff.
Yeah, we'll see.
When I used to do that, it probably wasn't a good idea because, my hair's gone, so you can't really go by me. But I had gotten it professionally highlighted, and then I got Manic Panic Red and put it over the top, so my hair was black with red tips. Mm-hmm. I wanted to get the red out. I bought like a $3 box of Color Silk and put it on top of just that. And then within like 5 minutes, the red lifted, and it hadn't damaged the black, because black doesn't want to come out with peroxide anyway. Rinsed it out, and I could put a new color on top. Now, it was a little yellow.
Yeah.
It was a little yellow because I wasn't bleaching it. Yeah. It was just blonde hair dye.
No, but those hair fails on YouTube are very funny.
I'm loving this. Is my life right now.
I like it too. It's addicting and it is funny.
But copyright caught up to them because I was watching.
Did
right now I'm watching Petite Diva TV and Hair Buddha. I know Brad Mondo exists. I don't care.
Yeah.
But what they're having to do is their clips of hair fails where it's just one after another, or TikTok fails, which are usually better actually because they're shorter. They have to do reactions now. They have to add commentary. They have to put more over it because they can't monetize them. They can't have them just as is. Yeah. So YouTube dropped the hammer.
Yes.
And they have to make it into original content, so they're not just refilming other people's stuff.
Well, I mean that's that. I can see that. Like
I can too.
You can't just take someone's video and just show it and call it yours. You know, you have to either do commentary or change it in some way. Yeah. They the Fair Rights Act. Is that what it is?
What is it? Fair use.
Fair use.
Fair use act. It's usually at the beginning of.
It's
well, not
like
every
that.
reaction video, but it's buried in the description.
Yeah.
Some people throw it up front.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you use someone else's image or video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is safe. I mean, there's that one cockroach who makes videos, and the fair use is the first thing you see.
The first thing you see all the time. Yeah.
In the video, just to lay the groundwork that like this or not, it's on the up and up legally.
It's on the up and up. Yeah.
To do.
Yeah.
So it's more of a matter of taste. If you don't like it, it's not a matter of legality.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well. So those are my plans for tonight. I'm going to dye a lightning streak into my hair because I am losing my batshit mind.
Yeah, he is.
I could be doing much worse.
Oh yes,
I have done much worse.
Yeah, you have. No, that's.
I have done much worse
rather
than
playing
with my hair and piercings.
Oh yeah, no, this is nice.
Besides, if the world reopened tomorrow, I mean, I'd buzz it off, take them out, and go back to my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
This is what I always said I would do if money was not an issue anymore. If money was not an issue for me anymore, if I was living comfortably high off the hog or whatever, get me some mukbang money. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I would get more body art and wear piercings and stuff like that because I wouldn't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to live on anybody's dress code.
It's professional.
Yeah. None of this should matter, but it does. It's not fair.
Right.
That, the quality of your work should be what matters. But that's not life.
No, it's not life. I mean, when you work for a company like that, like they have an image, so you decide if you
want to do that
or not. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not going to go in and get myself hired and then make a stink.
And then make a stink because I can't have, like, purple hair with, I know. Yeah.
This is unfair. At least don't go to the interview like that. And then say, they didn't hire me,
Yeah.
Take your nose ring out. It's not that hard. So,
So do you have any plans for the weekend? Oh, I hope you do.
I hope you do. It's supposed to be, what was it? We have folks that's so funny who will be on the West Coast and they're like, oh, it's 100 degrees, I'm in my pool.
Yeah.
And then other folks will be like, it's raining, I'm reading all weekend.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I'm catching up on videos. Or, it's so different when people say what they're doing with their weekend.
Yeah.
When they leave it in the comments.
Yeah. I don't know if we're not really doing anything for the holiday. I mean, I have my video I'm going to do, but there's really not a lot to do. And there's no events, obviously.
No parades. No
parades. There's nothing going on in town. There's nothing like that going on. So I don't know. It'll just be us.
Maybe you'll make a burger or something.
Maybe I'll fire up the grill.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll grill out.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I could go for a burger. That sounds good.
We could invite you guys. You want to come to a cookout on Memorial Day?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that.
Do we have to make enough for 2,400 people?
I have to see if I have enough money in the bank account.
I don't know how many RSV... Everyone gets ramen. Everybody gets ramen.
Yes.
And you can wrestle over a cupcake.
Yeah. We'll think of something.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could go for a burger.
Okay.
I think. Burger. What else goes with barbecue? Watermelon.
Oh,
it's that time of year.
I want to make those potatoes on the grill I like. So.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Damn this intermittent fasting. We're not eating until later anyway. So.
I do have to run to the store in the rain.
Well, that's brave of you.
It is. But I can't work in the garden, so I might as well go to the store.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just go to bed.
Just 86 Friday. We're going to start again tomorrow.
Over it.
I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a nap and be like, reboot, restart. Let's try again later. So,
yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us on this multi-directional chit-chat that we've done this evening.
Oh, yes. Just a chit-chat video and nothing... I guess
nothing.
There was no rhyme, no reason, nothing made sense, nothing. We just wanted to spend a little time with you.
No, just pull up your chair and chat with us. So thank you for doing just that. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and hit the bell on your way out so you get the alerts. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and our contact info is all listed down below. Thank you once again, and I will catch up with you tomorrow for Coffee Talk. And we'll catch up with our fair lady, Chantal.
Mm-hmm.
See how her week has been. She's crushing her goals, apparently. So she's doing it her way, but she's killing it. That's the last thing I saw.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, and just by the by, Coffee Talk might be out a little bit later in the day because every freaking week, I think I'm done, and I start filming, and she releases another video.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So,
right in the middle. Every time.
So I'm going to maybe time it a little bit differently. We'll see how the day goes. But, we'll see. We'll see. I usually spend my early afternoons with her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So check it out and come back tomorrow.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, it was so nice spending time with you. Remember, everybody, stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive. Ciao, everybody.